Hi. Good to see you.
We haven't met in face to face or whatever.
No, just emails.
Many emails over the last years, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, I was just gonna get my dates, but I guess I could just ask you. October 20th through the 24th.
Yep.
Leave me alone.
Oh.
This little creature.
Want to be on the podcast. I assume at some point a cat will run past. So.
Well, that would be expected. Cats, all animals are welcome on my podcast. I'm an animal lover.
Oh,
there.
Now I can see. Yeah.
That's Bella.
Hi, Bella.
It's my son's dog.
Nice.
Yeah. So we say, okay, the Tallgrass Film Festival, which you're the
Executive director.
Executive director.
Oh, I don't care.
Runs, I do, October 23rd to the 24th in Wichita, Kansas.
Yeah.
Is it a virtual festival this year, or is it going to be hybrid of some sort?
Hybrid. Yeah, we're doing both.
Hybrid. Okay, very good. So how are you going to manage that? What's the?
It's a great question.
How do you hybrid the festival?
So what we're doing is we're doing in person first, and then virtual will follow.
Oh.
So the physical is the 20th through 24th, and the virtual is the 24th through 29th.
Oh, very nice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. Now, after you were what was your title at the Oxford Film Festival?
Same, executive director.
Executive director. You're just not going to leave that. You can't go
I
down.
don't even like that title. Like, I like Dan Brawley's chief instigator. Like, that's way better.
Chief instigator. Yeah, that is a good one.
Yeah.
Which was the Oxford Film Festival is a documentary film festival.
No, it was everything.
Was it?
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely
okay.
It was doc heavy because Mark was good at getting good films. So, yeah.
Mr. Rabinowitz, and he kind of is the one that kind of
roped you in.
Roped me in. I was going to use a scammed me in, but it wasn't a scam. I saw very good films. It's not always the case. So even these cold, submissions at Oxford were generally quite watchable.
Yeah, in general. I mean, there's always some, but
indeed, yeah. But now, so how is this trend? This is the 19th festival for Tallgrass, but your first.
My first, yeah.
And how is that for you?
It's been interesting because we had a hybrid Oxford Fest in March, and moving up here and then switching gears and suddenly having a festival in October has been
7 months later.
And it's still a pandemic. So
it's a lot. How many films do you typically program at? Let's say at the
Tallgrass normally has a little over 200. I think we're probably around the same because we're going to do some virtual cinema only selections. So
okay,
probably get close to similar numbers.
Right. Is it any easier doing a virtual festival?
No, it's double the work. You're building two festivals at the same time.
Yeah. Right. Was the last Oxford was virtual only, or did you? No, you just said it was hybrid.
No, we did some in person.
As in.
We built circus tents and had the entire festival outdoors.
Gosh. I guess, it's a nice way to see films, though. I mean, in a way, it
was fun. And, Mississippi, even though they're now behind, we're kind of ahead of the curve on vaccinations. So a lot of our audience was vaccinated by mid-February. So having a festival at the end of March was we had 0 breakouts. It was totally safe. So
that was wonderful to hear. And also the variant wasn't a thing then.
No, there's no variant. So it was easier. Yeah, there's that.
Yeah. Where are you based? Where are you based?
I'm in Wichita now.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Are you in a home? Are you at home?
Yeah.
Do you live there now?
Yeah, I rented a loft. So I'm here now. I moved up here May.
And so you're going to be there full time?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a big change for you, right?
Yeah.
How far is it from Oxford, Mississippi to Wichita, Kansas?
It's about a 12-hour drive. So it's
You know from experience.
2.5 states away. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're like basically Wichita is about at 2 hours north of Oklahoma City.
Oh, okay. Okay. Trying to think of the what that looks like. Mississippi, pretty far south.
Yeah, it's sort of
So
like
you're going north to Wichita. Yeah.
Yeah.
And let's see, and Kansas, is that a Reds thing? Never mind, we don't need to go off there.
It's not now, but kind
That's good.
of. They have a blue governor. They have a red everything else.
Gotcha. Thank you for answering. I shouldn't provoke this line of questioning, I think.
Oh, no, believe me, it's stupid.
And what is now that you are now, what is for you the biggest change being in this new festival? Having come out of, in how many years were you at Oxford?
I mean, I was there from year 2 on. I attended year 1, so a lot. Yeah, I was ED for 5 years there. So the biggest change, I mean, obviously besides moving, is switching mental gears to being part of a fall festival. There is a very different fest strategy for filmmakers in the fall than there is in the spring. You know, we were always chasing Sundance and South by films forever, and now all of a sudden it's like, okay, what's happening at TIFF, and that's what matters. And yeah, it's been interesting. Although, I mean, there's positives and negatives to having a fall fest versus a spring fest. So just sort of learning some great films that we wouldn't have gotten in spring that I get now. So I like that. But yeah, I mean, it's different venues, different city, and still, again, in a state that's high in COVID numbers. So figuring that out has been interesting.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about this year's festival.
Yeah.
Did you, how many did you, what's the kind of the recipe versus in terms of how many you cherry picked, or your team?
Yeah.
Versus, let's say, the submissions, like.
Sure. We still do focus pretty heavily on submissions. I'm pulling up the numbers so I can give you real accurate.
Well, yeah, okay, if you want. These kind of thing are.
Yeah, I mean, we cherry pick like the opening and closing.
Right.
Although really the closing is a film, Being BB, that's playing the festival circuit. So it's not like it's some
Which
random.
One?
Being BB, it's about the first RuPaul drag queen winner. It's really fun. Yeah, this year is different because we're doing this new Gordon Parks Award with David Parks. And so we're showing some films that, you know, retrospective that we wouldn't normally otherwise, like The Learning Tree and Lead Belly and some others. And so HBO.
What was the connection to Gordon Parks, though, as far as the festival goes? What was the connection?
Yeah, so he is from Kansas originally, about an hour south of Wichita, maybe north. I'm really bad at directions here.
You'll get the swing of it.
I know. I have to follow a river now instead of the ocean. So, so he is from here. So he's one of our really legacy filmmakers. His son, David, who's in Austin now, they approached him about doing it. And so, yeah, we're doing this Gordon Parks Black Excellence in Filmmaking category. So it's been great. So we've cherry picked a couple films, like A Choice of Weapons, which premiered at Tribeca. It's about Gordon Parks.
What a coincidence. Oh, so it's a documentary.
Documentary. It's going to be on HBO later this year, but we wanted to highlight that because of our, stuff. And then Vinyl Nation, which played virtually last year. We're bringing it back as a fan favorite to play in person for the first time here.
What's that one called?
Vinyl Nation.
Vinyl Nation. That makes much more sense.
Yeah. Vinyl movement. There's it was a pretty popular film on the fest circuit, but they've only done virtual, really. I think they had their first in-person screening like last week finally. So
And so, and how much of an emphasis is there on the local filmmakers or local films?
Yeah, we have a Kansas separate category that we do. And so there's about 20 to 30 Kansas films that are highlighted. Probably only a couple features, but it's a kind of a mix. I didn't feel that there was enough emphasis on our locals, so I also launched a film alliance this year. So we're really trying to do stuff with them year round now, which is great.
Right, they're a great organization. Yeah. And again, the festival runs from the 20th through the 24th. When are tickets available? Are they available now? Have you?
Yeah, there's a handful. So passes are available now, and we announced about 13 of our features, some special stuff. And then Tuesday, so in a couple days, everything will be up and live.
So Tuesday, which is what day is that? This makes for great video watching. The 14th.
Yeah.
Okay. So again, it's the 19th festival. I'm not familiar. I look forward to one day coming in person. I would love to.
Yeah, I'd love to have you here.
And I thank you very much. I've never been to Wichita.
I mean, I don't know why you would unless you're coming to a film fest or have a private plane. Harrison Ford is here all the time, but in general, Harrison Ford, he comes every year to get his plane maintenance.
Okay.
The big celebrity around town.
Okay, well, it's good that you don't time it where he's during the week he comes, because it's happened.
Yeah, you got to be
don't
careful.
Need that in the middle.
No.
Yeah, exactly. You don't need that in the middle of your festival. Fewer Harrison Ford sightings, the better. Is my
safer.
Yeah. Well, people can go to
tallgrassfilm.org. Yeah.
Tallgrassfilm.org.
Yeah.
And I would recommend checking out the film slate. I would recommend getting on your, subscribe to the newsletter, get all, support these, regional film festival, but it's sort of borderless now. I mean, as you said, from the 24th to the 29th, anybody with an internet can, and hopefully better than the one I've got here, can stream these wonderful films. I'm a big supporter of your festival work.
Thank you.
And look forward to, again, come to and visit Tallgrass when it's,
Yeah, virtual will have some bonus films, and then in person has some, like we're doing The Room with Greg Sestero. That's obviously not going to be online. So you get a little bit of something different, both in person and on your computer, I guess.
And do you have for the virtual, are there other types of things that are going to be available with filmmakers, or like other kind of content, Q&As or what?
Yeah, we're going to do some are pre-recorded, and then some are live Q&As, and then we are probably going to film our panels in person and then put them up rather than trying to recreate them on Zoom. I know everyone's tired of looking at Zoom. And then we are doing a pet party with the filmmakers, so everybody can bring their pets. You can join that one since you have one.
Well, my son
can borrow them. Yeah.
I won't be here probably when I don't think I'm supposed to be here when I'm in this New York City right now, or in Brooklyn. But I'll be back up in the Valley which is where I now call home.
Nice.
And right before your festival, and there's no competition. The Woodstock Film Festival, which is my local film festival.
I love it. It's a great fest.
Yeah. Have you come?
I have never been in person. I just know a lot of the people involved with it and have heard many things. We're also sharing their world premiering 18 and a half, and then we're playing it. So we're the second screening of that.
18 and a half. Yeah. Which of course is Dan Mervish, our friend Mervish's.
Yeah. So we share similar programming themes.
Makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's very exciting. And you should fly in. I know that the first thing is you require as an executive director of any festival is your own private.
I mean, I should. This is Wichita. We are the air capital, so we build most of the planes. So they should definitely give me a plane.
Thank you. I don't mean to cut this short at all. I mean, I think we've kind of gone over. I mean, people again should go. There's also social media. You can get on the Facebook page, etc., and check out the Tallgrass Film Festival. But I'm just a little bit. I just want to not push this
internet
mediocre. I apologize for that.
No, you're fine.
Really. Oh, thank you. And really happy for the opportunity to talk to you. Sorry, it hasn't happened before.
No, it's great.
But this now doing kind of a YouTube version of the show is kind of it makes, I just post more, and then I can sort of get behind a lot more of the festivals that I'm curious about or that I enjoy.
I love that. Yeah.
That people don't know about.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I'll make sure you have a media pass if you want to check anything out.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Have fun at Woodstock.
You see what?
Have fun at Woodstock.
I will. And what we can do is next year, I think what would be a nice plan, Melanie, is that I come to the 20th Tallgrass.
Yeah.
Will be post variant,
I love it.
Booster vaccinated, and we'll be just like all buzzed up on vaccines by then. Yes. And then come to that, then you come to the Woodstock,
I love it. I need to.
You can't do that though, because it stays before your festival. So that just doesn't happen. That will never happen.
Everything's done by then.
That's true.
Yeah.
Most of the heavy lifting is done before, is probably really sewing up a lot right now as we're.
Yeah, so actually this is our busy time. So I got to get there eventually. I've made promises. So
yeah, well, right. But extra appreciation for making time and coming on, because you are probably really buried right now. So thank you.
No, thank you. It's good to see you.
My pleasure.
All right.
All right. Take care. We'll be in touch. Okay, take care.